just a quick video, just to let bikers that don't know, most of yous will, but those riders that maybe new or just don't know, fuel stabiliser. If you're going to leave your bike for any period of time, stick it in for what it costs. I strip bikes for a living, and I'm seeing more and more rusty tanks that have, from bikes that have been stored with half a tank of fuel over winter. And then, especially with this E10, I only use the high octane fuel, like I'm sure a lot of you do. But those of you that just use the standard unleaded fuel with the 10% ethanol, well, you're just gambling with your tanks. It will, if you leave your bike for any period of time, mainly over winter, in a garage that can go cold and hot, you know, not so much a heated garage, maybe not so much of a problem, but normal garages, it will pull water out the air, 10% of water. So if you've got half a tank of fuel, you're going to be pulling water in, and it's going to rust your tank and rust your fuel pumps. I'm seeing it more and more in the last 2 or 3 years than I ever have done. Where I used to get one tank in every 50, 60, 70, might have a bit of rusting. I'm finding in the last year and a half, 1 in every 10's got rust in the tank where it hasn't been stored right, which is not good. So for what it costs, for me, I'm going to park this bike up now. I've just took her out for a ride today. 60 mil of, you can get different brands, but this is the one I use, the Lucas stuff. 60 mil in a full tank of fuel. Shake your tank up, run your bike for 5 minutes. I've just washed the bike, so I'll run it anyway to dry any water off. That will get it through your system. And then that's your bike parked up. That stuff will keep fuel safe for, I think it's 6 to 9 months, possibly a year, I'm not sure, but definitely 6 months without a doubt. It's a no-brainer now. I've got a few bikes, so I'll put this bike away now. I'll probably ride it in a month's time. It might ride it tomorrow, I don't know. But for what that costs, I'll put it in. Well, I won't ride the bike tomorrow, but I'll put that fuel stabiliser and put the bike away. I'll ride one of my other bikes tomorrow or this week, and so on. This time of year, you probably don't have to worry about it. But when it comes to near the end of summer and you think, I might not get another ride in, but I might do, stick it in your tank. It will protect your tank, protect all your injectors and everything else. It just stops the fuel going bad, and it will save you a lot of headache if you do. You know, I deal in 929s, and the amount of times I'm opening up the tanks and going, it's fucking covered in rust. And it's purely because the tank hasn't been stored full of fuel or with stabiliser in it. It mainly happens on low, tanks with not much fuel in it, or half a tank or whatever. So if you're going to store your bike for any period of time, have your tank full to the brim, put in your fuel stabiliser. This Lucas stuff, 60 mil to 19 litres. I think it's 30 mil to 9.6 litres. 19 litre tank, so 60 mil. But honestly, it will save you a big headache. Like I say, not a problem in the summer because you're riding your bikes regular, you're using the fuel up, not a problem. But come near the end of the year where you think, I'm not sure if I'm going to get another ride in, put that stuff in. It will protect your tank. And trust me, if you store your bike with normal fuel in, why the fuck anybody would use normal fuel is beyond me, but if you use your normal fuel in and you leave your bike with half a tank of fuel in it, you've got a really, really high chance of rusting your tank inside. The last one I took off was about a month ago off a 929, and the fuel pump was rusted to hell, where it was left with nearly an empty tank of fuel. So it just pulled all water down and just rusted it to fuck. And that was kept in a dry garage. So hope this helps, lads, but it really is important to stick this fuel stabiliser in if you want to look after your fuel tanks over winter.